Hello, and welcome to Out of Ore. Okay, what we're doing today is, this is my original ore refinery, and it basically handles dirt, pay dirt, coal, which is largely what you get out of this large mine down here, where you see my bagger machines, all three of them lined up neatly. Yeah, you can just see three of them. This hopper system that you see in front of you, and this refinery is not the one that you've seen in my previous videos. They were all a bit askew. So I spent quite a bit of time deleting all of this, replicating it, but building it to grid, so that when you look at the map now, you will see that pretty much everything now lines up in straight lines, which is what we want. So what are we doing today? We are expanding this ore refinery, and I want to be able to handle stone and pretty much anything else we might find when in the next episode we're going to go down here and we're really going to put these big boys to work. So let us get going. We're going to be building the mine in that direction. Sorry, not the mine, the crushing, the refinery. We're building a refinery in that direction. It will then loop back, come into this ore processing plant. Correct turn. Finally got the correct term. This ore processing plant. And in another video, I will expand this again and add a metal refinery where I'll process all of our ores. Enough talking, let's start some doing. So the first things we want to do is get rid of that. Yeah, get rid of that. I want to go up in the air a bit. I don't want to go stupid, but I do want to go up high. Reason being, so let's plug you in there. So that gets you up to there. Now, I want to have an easy walk through here so that I can get to the back of my ore processing plant and refinery. So we're straight up in the air like that. And I think what we'll do is we'll come across and we'll put a straight 2 in. I think that should be enough just to give us a bit of breathing space. And no, I'm going to do a straight 4. So let's get rid of that. Inventory straight 4. I've got a straight 6, which I could use. No, let's go straight 4, because I do want to keep this compact, but I do also have to... Do I have a straight 4? I'm looking, straight 2, straight 2, you know, just for the time being, I'm just going to put 2 straight 2s in. So I want to get past that post there. So where was I? Stop saying hum, please. It's annoying having to take those out in the edit. So we'll put that there. Now I want to put a coal sorter in. Don't have that in my menu at the moment. Yes, I do. It's there. It's like there. And then we'll come over here. And after this one, we are going to put a shaker screen in. Now, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing at this point. That's good. We've got enough height to put both of those things next to each other. So from our coal, we want to come out of here. I'm gonna hit this, aren't I? Oh well, I don't really care. Left, so that's going to come out, and I want that to go left. Yes. So we'll put you there. No. Get rid of you. But hang on. So the ore will be coming out this way, and I want it to go left. There we go. And here we are going to put a storage bin, a storage silo, or just a storage. We'll pop you up there because we're going to be using you a bit. And so you're on 4. So that goes in there. So we have our shaker screen in here. which is so from the shaker screen I want to go to a float. So really what I want to do at this point is go up in the air. So we'll jump up, get rid of the shaker screen. Okay, push. Got you. Now let's do an up 4. Inventory up 4. There we are. There we go. Now we'll put our shaker screen in. Shaker screen. And if we come down here, in here I want to put a right. And then I want to float. Float, float. Come on, floaty McFloat. Where are you? There we go. Froth floater. Now, we've got easy access. Let's get rid of that. We've got easy access to our water input. We've got our froth floater coming out here. From here. Now, our lower output is going to be our dirt and pay dirt coming out. So, I want that to go left. So chuck a left in there. That's that. And the upper one, which will contain our good stuff, I want to the upper one. There we go. So that will go back into this process here. So what we want to do at this point is a merger back into this process line. So we're going to merge in at this point. So if we come up here, get on the top. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. And now I want to come out left here. Like that. And here I want to put a merger. Mergy merge. I've got a merger. That. No. I want to come straight to. Like that. Now I want to put a... that's coming in this way, so that's a right. And I want a straight 6. Inventory. Do I have a straight 6? I do. There we go. It's on the menu. I'm sorry if you're seeing these things and I'm not. It's because my eyesight is not very good. And I really do struggle sometimes seeing small writing. So we're here now. So we've got our shaker. We've returned everything from the froth floater into this. Now we're going to go into the jaw crusher. So I think I want to go up again at this point. Yeah, I think so. Let's just get our jaw crusher and our cone crusher. Jaw crush. We'll move the froth floater out the way just for a minute. And on the cone crusher, I've got a feeling I'm going to have to go up as well. So I've got an up 4x4. So I'm just going to do that first. We'll come straight out of here with an up 4x4. Up here. And then we put our jaw crusher. And then we'll put our cone crusher. And that puts us down onto the ground again. And from there I want to go into a float tank. So I need to go up again. Up 4x4. Like that. And then inventory float. Floater float. Put you in there. Pop you in there. That is great because we have easy inputs to our water. And we've got our out. Now I want to put, just for the time being, I'm going to put a straight 6 on the bottom. Yep, got that on our menu. One straight 6 like that. And then inventory, we're going to put a couple of hoppers in here. Or sorry, storage. I always call them hoppers because that's what we call them in England. Or grain. They're either called grain hoppers or silos. And we'll put one down here. Now, if everything works out all right, what we should have at this point is all the tailings will come out into this one. And that can be fed off into a sell point, because tailings, believe it or not, are worth money. All our interesting ores, like iron, copper, blah, 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 should go in there. Coming back over here, what we should be getting from this is, again, anything interesting which needs to go through the crusher, cone crusher, is fed back into this process. And anything coming out here should be just dirt and pay dirt. So now what we want to do is to feed that straight back into this ore processing plant we have here. So let's just grab, which way do I want to go? Left to start with. So lefty, lefty, left. There. Now that puts us directly in line with that. So I want to go right. There we go. That takes us around the corner. So I need a straight 2. Oh, no, I want an uppy 4. Ooh, this could be stretching it a bit. Actually, no, I'm not at the right height. So 3, get rid of you. Bosh, up 4. Put you in there, and then we put a right. Damn it. That's a problem. That is actually a problem. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to fix this. Okay. See what we can do. It's a little bit janky, but it's the easiest way without moving the froth floaters and everything else. So we just come up here, get rid of that, we'll get rid of that, we'll get rid of that, and I want to come out a straight 4, inventory, straight 4, pop you there, come up here, doop, 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 doop. Straight 4. Where are you? You there? I want an up, a 4x4. As I've said many, many times before, developers, please, would you just put above the options here on the tool belt, would you just put the corresponding numbers to the keys? I know it's not that not that difficult to think it through, but it just would make life easier if it was just there, so you don't have to keep twiddling backwards and forwards to find the thing you're looking for. Anyway, right, stop it. Let's get on with this. Left. So one left. And then I want to come around again. Left. Could possibly go. We could go straight 4 or straight 6. I think it's straight 6 actually. Come back. There we go. Straight 6. That put us in line. Not quite. So straight 2. There we go. That's in line. Now we want a right. So a right and a straight 2. Okay. That is superb. So that is a complete ore refinery built or put together in about 17 minutes. We haven't quite finished yet. A couple of things we need to do. I'm very pleased with that. That went together so well. I mean, obviously, by the speed and the way I put that together, it's obvious I've done this before. And yes, I have. There there it is, right in the distance, is exactly the same as I've built here. This is far more compact, but it's not that I haven't done it before, it's just it's over there. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the efficiency of this fella, and for inventory we're going to move a few things around. Oh, sorry, my eyesight just went very blurry then. We don't need the conveyor belts now, so we're going to be concentrating on water. Now, water makes a hell of a difference to this. Do watch my video about wash plants and, yeah, wash plants basically, and using water. It's a bit of an experiment. It doesn't progress the game at all, other than giving you an idea or trying to demonstrate why you put water into the system. Basically, you get like 100% advantage. We'll just use 120s. We'll put that up there as well. Okay. So come in here. Now here into the bottom, so I've got a pipe up, down. I want a pipe left, I think. No, I want a pipe right. There we go. And here I want to put a filtration plant, because froth floaters need refined water. They need clean water to work. They don't like working without clean water. I don't care, that's clipping. And I want to put here. Ooh, am I going to run out of space? No, I'm not. I'm not going to run out of space, am I? Because we're up in the air. I didn't exactly plan that bit, but it's worked out very well. And then here, I want to put, we need a power supply. Inventory power supply. Power input. We only need the 5-speed input. I'll pop you where the water refinery is just for the time being. So that's on our 0 key. You go in there. And I think over here, I'm going to build an 1800 watt wind turbine. That's a 1200, so I'm going to make it an 18 inventory. I've got one of those. We'll just pop you in there. Excellent. So build you and spin you round like that. I don't like the fact you're floating in the air, but just at the moment we'll live with it. Let's get rid of that. Come on. It's all on the same level, so that's fine. I'm not too worried about the aesthetic. I don't have any. I need a power pole. So, power. Let's get the biggest one. 5400 watt power pole. Like that. Do I have that? No. Inventory. And the reason that we're doing this is I'm hoping that this one installation will be capable of running both the froth floaters. I mean, I could have done something clever with the pipe work, but the amount of faff and fussing, we're not exactly short of money at the moment in this game, so I'm really not that bothered about budgeting. So let's come here, we'll switch that on, and we'll come here, and that is already on. We'll just come have a look. What are we producing here? We've got fresh water going in. We've got fresh water going into the froth floater. So that one's up and running. All right, we can walk underneath that. But there is a benefit to having things up in the air. Which way shall I do this one? Which way shall I do this one? So we'll come in, so we want a right. Do I have a right pipe? Yep. One right pipe. There. No, 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 I don't want to do that. Now I put the refinery in. Okay. Alright, I'm just going to stick a water pump on the end of that. Sod how good it looks. Yeah, that works there. Now I want a power unit. Inventory power unit. Goes there, and I will pop a cable. Pop a cable from there. There. Turn that on. So, do we actually have clean water going into our system now? Right. So I've got clean water coming out of the refinery. I've got clean water. I don't know. It obviously didn't hook up to this properly. It happens. Right. So that's that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect the cable. Come here. Three. From there, and can I go from there to there? No. Well, that seems to be working all right. And we've got our water coming through. And we've got water going in there. Okay, everything should be running. So all we really need to do now, I'll just delete this. 3, get rid of you. I'm going to run over to the hopper now. You might as well watch me do that. And then I'm going to go on pause whilst I fill the hopper up with lots of goody things. Okay, so what I've done is I've loaded up our hoppers here. I showed you at the start of the game. So if we go in and have a look what we've got in there, we've got a load of pay dirt, aluminium, copper, diamond, silicon ore, ruby ore. Shouldn't really have those because I'm not sure you dig those up directly. I think the only source we get those from is pay dirt. So we might have a bit of an aberration when we go and look at our outputs. Because I've got a feeling we shouldn't be ever getting diamond and ruby ores. But anyway, we'll see how everything handles that. And you see in this one, we've got lithium, iron, gold, rock, much blasted rock, crushed rock, and silver, solid pay dirt. Oh, I haven't got any gravel. Don't care. We make gravel, we'll be making gravel. So if we open the control panel, we consume, and we open this control panel and we consume, and we can see our belts have all jumped to life. Lots of good things are happening. So we've got ore coming in from both of those storage hoppers. And if we come up here, we can see we've got stuff up here on the belt. That's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the map view, and you can see here from my collection hopper, you can actually see all of the ores and dirts and everything else processing through the system. The conveyor belts are this sort of sparkly yellow color. Now we'll just let that little lot run through. I've cleared out all of the hoppers. There is nothing in our silos, our collection silos. Well, there probably is now, but when we started, so they should all be empty. And we'll see what we end up with. But it looks like everything is working. Okay, our ore has been used up now. As you watch on the map, you'll see that our conveyors are turning black again. That's a demonstration that everything's being processed. and it will slowly creep round here. So we've run out of pay dirt now, so it's just a bit of blasted rock and what have you that's being processed. And the last of the pay dirt and dirt is going through the system. And we come down, and I think we better go and have a look to see what we've ended up with. Where am I? Right, so the first we'll do is we'll go down here under our tunnel that I mentioned at the beginning of the game, and we'll have a look in this hopper first. Now this is where we're going to get the odd one. Yes, because we get diamond ore, silicon ore and ruby ore. That shouldn't happen normally. I don't think, as I said, I don't think you get these in nature. I don't think you mine them. You get them out of pay dirt. So that's an anomaly because of the way I'm cheating with the game at the moment, putting the resources in. But here we have a very healthy gold ore, silicon ore, ruby ore and diamond ore. Oh, at some point I must put some water on this wash plant as well. I won't do it in this session. You've seen me do it. It's fairly straightforward. So let's go and have a look at what we have out of our new plant. We come up here. First things first, we'll look in this fella. Oh, I didn't put any coal through the system. I'm not worried. I know that works. I know that will work. So we're going to look at these two last hoppers up here. And what we should have here is tailings. Yep, we've only got tailings in there. And here we have, there are all our smeltable ores, which we then will push all of those into our metal refining plant as and when we build it. So, there we go, chaps. That is now a refinery, an ore processing plant that can handle pretty much anything I dig out of the ground. So let's just come up here and just to give one last look around. So we've created this in about half an hour. That's what we had existing, and that is our revamped feed into this system. Now this is a bit more complicated because we've got storage hoppers and lifters that feed this from the base of the mine as well, but we'll see that working in the next video because now I'm at a point where I can start playing with the baggers. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it was instructional. If you did enjoy it, hit the old like button. It's always great to let YouTube know that you like what I'm doing. If you didn't like it, dislike it. It's still telling YouTube something. If you want to see more of my work, I don't just play Out of Ore, I do play other games as well. Please subscribe to my channel. I much appreciate it, and of course it helps me getting some visibility with the YouTube system. Anyway, once again, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.